To the Queen Azshara raid boss in the Eternal Palace on normal and heroic difficulty.
Okay.
Now, this fight went through a lot of changes throughout testing, and then the Dungeon Journal has its own version of things, so it's tough to say exactly what we're going to see. We'll do our best to nail down the important details in this guide, and then we can all shake out the finer bits when we get in there.
Okay.
Ancient wards are these big doodads on the ground. For the entire fight, she's trying to turn them off. You want to keep them on.
So
you can see the power
them, right?
level of the different wards via this little meter on your UI.
Okay.
To power it up, you need to stand on it. While you're doing that, you're getting stacks of drained soul, which reduces your maximum health, so careful not to overdo it. If she powers down one ward, the raid will start taking damage, and if all the wards are down, then catastrophic failure wipes you. Whenever possible,
so
have people step into the wards that need help to top them up.
Got it.
In Phase 1, we fight a pair of Cursed Lover mini-bosses and the occasional Hulkad, while Queen Azshara pops in a few mechanics of her own. The Hulks will spawn in, beeline for an Ancient Ward, and then try to deplete it with Ground Pound. Swap to and kill those right away to save your precious ward energy. You can CC these guys once before they become immune, so pick a good one and time it wisely. Interrupting a Ground Pound with a long stun is a safe bet. Athanel and Cyranus are the cursed lovers, and they cannot make up their mind. They'll swap between painful memories and longing. During painful memories, you need to keep them out of line of sight of each other, and for longing, tank them within line of sight of each other. If you don't, they'll get Torment and do wild damage. Torment also kicks in when one dies, so kill them as close together as you can. Both will sometimes spawn cursed heart pools underneath them. Keep them off the wards so that those stay clean, and otherwise just don't step on the pools. Athanel throws out lightning orbs that bounce a few times, so dodge those. She'll cast Chain Lightning, which can be kicked, so do that. For her tank, she'll stack up Cold Blast debuffs. Tank swap the lovers at 3 stacks, otherwise you'll get frozen.
Alright.
Cyranus has his own tank debuff, which is fine since we're already swapping. His only other thing is Charged Spear, which will target a player and then do a line attack. Everyone needs to get out of that line to avoid taking extra damage. Meanwhile, Azshara cannot be damaged, but she can harass us with mechanics. Drain Ancient Ward does exactly what it says. You can't prevent it, but you can charge the ward back up, so keep an eye on it and then give it a little extra
so you have to
love.
run in there.
Beckon will target ranged and force them to walk towards the center of the room. If they make it there, they get trapped in a bubble which needs to be DPS'd off. If you are close to the edge when Beckon happens, you won't make it to the middle, so keep an eye on your timers and stay near the edges to avoid getting bubbled when Beckon is about to happen. She'll spawn in Arcane Orbs, which explode for raid damage after 20 seconds.
So you have to absorb those?
You can reduce the blast by standing in the orbs to soak them. This'll hurt, so be careful, but it's gotta be done.
Alright, that's no big deal.
After the lovers die, it's time for the first intermission. New Arcane Orbs spawn in, and they need to be absorbed completely to end the intermission. Meanwhile, Azshara's enacting Queen's decrees that you need to deal with. Disobeying your decree will give you a sanction dot that can stack, so behave. The decrees require you to follow a rule, such as stack, don't stack, soak orbs, don't soak orbs, keep moving, or stand still. On normal, you get 1 decree, and on heroic, you will get 2. Boss mod add-ons should make it easier to see who has what decrees, so you can figure out how to soak orbs without breaking everybody's rules. After the orbs are all dealt with, it's time for Phase 2. The center ward activates, and this one is a ward of power. We want to turn this one off while Azshara wants it on. The more power it has, the harder everything that we're fighting will hit. You can prevent the ward from getting powered by doing mechanics correctly, and you can power it down by standing in it. It's just a reverse Ancient Ward. Azshara's devoted and indomitable Naga ads will spawn on the edge, beeline for the center, and then try to self-sacrifice to power up the ward. Prevent that by killing them before they reach the middle. You can CC the devoted, so CC those, kill the indomitable ads, and then kill the devoted ads. Queen Azshara enters the fray, and she'll stack up Arcane Jolt on her tank. That'll make you take more arcane damage, so swap when it gets bad.
That's not a big deal.
Her Titanic Machinations will drain the nearest Ancient Ward, or power a Ward of Power if she's closer to one of those. Tank her near an Ancient Ward, and then rotate people onto it to power it back up. Beckon is back, but this time it'll walk you towards the Queen. Stand far back from her when it's about to go out, and you'll be fine. Arcane Burst will put out debuffs onto a few players that explode after 30 seconds. Players with that need to get out of line of sight of both the rest of the raid and the boss before they explode. You can dispel that to pop it early. Arcane Detonation is a big explosion coming from the Queen, and you just need to get out of her line of sight for that one.
That's simple.
Reversal of Fortune will swap out the Ward of Power with one of the Ancient Wards. If it's the one that you're tanking her on, just move her over to an Ancient Ward. At 70%, it's time for Intermission 2. On paper, it's the same as Intermission 1, although paper also says something about ads, so who knows. Soak up the Arcane Orbs to get into Phase 3. In this phase, it's Phase 2 again, but with different and more complicated ads. The Queen's Beacon also gets upgraded with Jealousy, so in addition to getting away from her before Beacon, also make sure you've got 8 yards of space from other players.
Alrighty.
On Heroic, Reversal of Fortune gets upgraded to Greater Reversal at this point, which flips the status of every ward instead of just one.
Well, fuck.
Again, just move the boss so that she is on an Ancient ward and not a Ward of Power. We got new ads. They will spawn on the wards and try to power the Ancient ones down and the Power ones up.
Okay.
Nobody is on our side with those. Kill the ads while surviving their mechanics to get that to stop. The Myrmidon ads cast a charged spear, which targets a player and throws a spear at them, Cyrano style. You'll need to get behind the other ad so that she eats it, and make sure you have an otherwise clear line between you and the Myrmidon.
Okay, so it's like the first boss in
do a static
Azshara.
shock, which targets a few people with an 8-yard pulsing AoE. Get out with that.
Okay.
They cast Chain Lightning, which can be interrupted and will at some point get Crystalline Shield. Hit that with the charged spear from the Myrmidon. That does raid damage to anyone in line of sight of the Tide Mistress when the shield breaks, so get out of line if you can.
Wow, okay.
After those ads die, it's time for stage 4. It seems like the ads are done, and Azshara's sheet of mechanics mostly continues. We get a few new things to deal with. She swaps out Arcane Jolt for Void Touched, so just a new tank swap mechanic.
Wow.
That is a 30-second debuff, so just tank swap every 30 seconds once it drops off. It stacks up a healing reduction, so definitely don't take more than you need to.
Makes sense.
Nether portals are ground pools. It sounds like they spawn randomly and last for the rest of the fight, so avoid those. If they do spawn under players, then you can place them carefully to conserve space.
So this is like
Piercing Gaze seems like a voidy line attack that you'll want to dodge. The most exciting and dangerous new thing is the Titan Console's Overload. It's been powered up, and we need to let the power out before it explodes. Clicking on the console will release some energy, doing raid damage and a randomly selected...
Wait, we're releasing the console? Isn't that fucking N'Zoth's prison?
No, dude, you're just letting a little power out. That's okay. Just a little power.
Okay.
It's not a big deal. You're just letting, just weakening the system a little bit.
Sure,
it's not a fucking big deal.
All right, okay.
Extra effect. After a set amount of time, whatever energy is left blows out in a massive energy spike that does the remaining raid damage and effects, so you want to let most of the energy out before then. If we imagine the console is a full balloon, then you gotta let out the air gradually before she stabs it and ruins your birthday. The effects that you can get include extra raid damage over time, powering down a random ancient ward, and my favorite, Essence of Azeroth. That one dooms a random player to die after 40 seconds, but makes them crazy strong until then. 40 seconds is forever, and after it kills you, you get a free snack break, so what's not to like?
Yeah, it sounds
I guess you can get a battle res, but it's the end of the fight. Those are most likely long gone.
Not a big deal.
I don't know your raid. As for Heroic, there are not any new mechanics, just buffed up existing ones that we've seen already.
It's just hard. Ah, fuck.
Greater Reversal of Fortune, Double Decrease,
So that means we have to do
kind
all
of
the
thing.
mechanics on
You got
Heroic?
this, I believe.
Holy,
and
on
that
normal?
is Queen Azshara in the Eternal Palace. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.
All right. That was...
Hi.
I mean...
I need a fucking nap after watching that.
Holy fuck, man. Okay, so here's basically what we do in phase 1.
Yeah, exactly. I got lost after the first phase, man. You're gonna have to carry me.
Yeah, all right. No, I do understand. I have a general idea of what we need to do, right? It'll be fine. And you just have the 2 ads, you separate them, bring them back together, you move out with the spear, you have to soak the different circles, and that's basically it. It's not going to be a big deal, guys. Don't worry about it, okay? We're going to get it done. It'll be simple.